Alright, so it was asked how I do my spin chiburi and spin sheath. More specifically, the spin chiburi though. So I will attempt to demonstrate that. Today I feel like first person is probably easiest to see that because you can see what my hands are doing. So when I've finished my kata or my movements, I'm going to stop. My blade tip is roughly eye level. I'm going to drop that down some. Some schools like to drop it down to clear to a horizontal. I go a little above that. To me is more comfortable. I still keep my shoulders and my hips relatively square with my threat or my target. And then from here, I'm going to loosen my left hand, and then my right hand is going to come up and do kind of a flick. I mostly use my middle finger when I do it. It's a flicking with my middle finger, and I relax my left hand's grip at the same time in order to let the sword or the tsuka spin in my hand. Now for practicing this, if you're nervous you're going to drop it, I'd recommend practicing it over some soft grass outside, or you could even do this over your bed or over the couch or something like that. But left grip just relaxes a little bit in order to let it spin. Right hand lifts, and I give it a flick with my finger. Now, some ryoha teach that after you spin it, you strike it, supposedly to knock the blood off the blade. It's been proven to be a myth. Chiburi does not actually remove anything from the blade. It's more of a symbolic representation of cleansing yourself from the violence and the bloodshed that was just committed. It doesn't actually clean your blade. So some schools, they just do the spin and then they sheath. Other schools will do a spin followed by a quick like hammer fist strike to it. This is very soft because, again, you're not trying to knock anything off of it. This is more just a motion for cosmetic appearance. Other ryoha will teach you bring your hand all the way up and then back down because, again, inertia to clean the blade, but you're really not actually cleaning anything off of it. So as far as I'm concerned, that's personal preference. Sometimes if I'm doing more meditative practice, I won't usually strike it just because it's a more violent action. I'm more calming my mind. So I'll just do a flick followed by a grab of the tsuba and sheath. Or if I'm in a less meditative practice or more aggressive posturing, then I'll use a fist. Now for the spin sheath portion of it, some ryoha, when they do their chiburi, they'll actually blade their body almost perpendicular to their threat, and they'll bring the sword clear down like this, and they'll do their chiburi here, and then bring it here, and then up and facing center. Personally, I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like angling my body or my blade so far off to the side. So especially if I'm facing this way to do my chiburi, I don't want to angle my sword over here, because it takes either the point away from my opponent or the end of my tsuka away from my opponent. Because if you're mid-sheath and you have to react to block or strike, you have to draw the katana in the direction that your tsuka is pointed. So when I sheath, I always prefer that I keep that end of my tsuka as much as possible is pointed towards where the threat is.